First thing we're going to do is put our steering wheel straight and lock it in position. Camber, super easy to measure. Need something that's going to run the length of the rim, and I'm just going to see that it's about between 23 and 4. I can put some clamps on there, make sure these are set to the same length. So I got my clamps in place, got a spirit gauge on here. I already confirmed that the floor is level with a larger spirit gauge. That's somewhere. And we can see we're about level on the spirit gauge. It's a bit tough to do this with one hand because I need to hold down both clamps against the rim at the same time. But we can see on our gauge we're reading right at 0 camber. So in order to measure toe, we're going to try to establish 4 points around the vehicle. We're trying to make a perfect square. The reason for the square is we care about these lines that run vertical to the vehicle. We need these to be perfectly parallel and also square to each other. The reason why is we are going to use these lines as a reference point to measure between the horizontal ends of the tire. So if this line is not perfectly straight, we'll get bad readings for the toe. This is obviously an exaggeration, but this is the effect that you'll get if these strings are not perfectly square. They could be parallel to each other, meaning the distance between here and here is the same as here and here, but that's not enough. It's because these are not square, this measurement here on the front of the tire is going to be less than on the rear, meaning we're going to interpret this in our readings as toe out when in reality this wheel is perfectly straight. So to make these lines perfectly straight and square, we're going to pick landmarks on a vehicle. When I say landmarks, I just mean something that is easily identifiable that we can measure from side to side, and it's going to be the same distance. In the rear, we're going to use the hitch. So we're going to measure from one end of our marker to the hitch and the other end, and this reading should be about the same. I'm using propane tanks because only have 2 jack stands left. But first thing we need to do is establish a square around the vehicle, and to do that we need to make some landmarks. So I'm using the landmark of the rear of the bumper, more specifically the hitch. So I'm measuring against the hitch, and I'm measuring to that opening where the string is going to be tied around, and I see that's right at 39, and after some careful nudging I got it right at 39.5, and we got this spot right at 39.5 as well. So now that we got our propane tank set up in the rear, we measured the distance between the two and it is 87.25. So now we're going to divide that by 2 and we get 43/5. And now we're going to go to the front and we're going to find midline, and we're going to measure 43 5/8 one way and the other way, and that will give us the spots for our jack stands or our corner markers, and then we will know that those will be straight. So a common and easy midline on a lot of cars is the emblem itself. So I just have a little weight tied there to my 10 mil so I don't lose it, and now I have a point to measure once that stabilizes across to make sure that we're square in the front. So I just placed a piece of tape on the floor, held the marker up close, made sure not to touch it, and so now we have a marking on the floor where the center line is. Got my tape measure set right there at 43 5/8. Now we go to the end, put another piece of tape down, and just mark the line there. We're gonna do that to the other side, and then we'll move our jack stands to that spot. Got our jack stands now in position, so now we're going to tie a string across from the back to the front, and same thing on that side, and then we'll have 2 parallel lines that we can now start making measurements from. I now have my 2 strings running parallel across, so we can verify that our line is parallel by, on this vehicle at least, I have a solid rear axle, so this toe on the rear isn't going to change anytime. So we should have the same measurement front to back here. So on the front I have 5 1/4, 5 1/4. So we know this line is perfectly straight. Another way you can make sure that your strings are square is by measuring off a central point like the hub. So I'd find a place on the hub that is equal on both sides, and then you can make sure those measurements match compared to both sides, and do the same thing on the front. So find the spot that you can measure from to the string, and that should be equal on both sides, and then you know your string is square if those two measurements line up there. The rear two measurements line up, and the distance between the two jack stands or whatever you're using as corners line up. So I can now start to take measurements at the wheel. For toe, you're going to want to do one end across the wheel. For accuracy, you want to make sure that this line is running right at center line of the wheel. You want to get as close as you can to the line without actually touching it, and you want to look directly from above to minimize any distortion or parallax that you might see. We got 5 1/16 and 5 1/16. So this tire, the driver front tire, has no toe. Passenger tire, we got 5 1/4. And there's my steering problem right there. 5 3/8. So this wheel is towed in by 1/8. A note on when you make your adjustments. It's a lot easier when you jack up the vehicle just a little bit to take some weight off. Don't take the tire completely off the floor and then make your adjustment. When you bring it back down, there's a good chance that the suspension's going to be binding up and your ride height's going to be at a different height. So maybe good practice to measure your ride height before you jack the vehicle up and then compare to after. Another thing to do is, if you do have that ride height difference, roll the vehicle back and forth a couple times, and that's usually enough to settle it. Or you can be like me, just hop in the driver's seat, turn the wheel a couple times, be careful not to hit your strings, and you'll be set there. So I made some adjustments on this vehicle. It sucks because when you adjust the passenger side, they're all connected, so you're ending up also changing the driver's side. So I had to tweak that a little bit. So let's see where we're at now. Here we got 5 1/8. And 5 what's that, 3/16. So that is 1/16 towed in. It's here in the driver's side. We're at 5 1/4. And a little before, so about 5 3/16. So this one, that's a quarter there, 3/16 there. So this one's a little towed out, and that side's towed in. So we can probably fix this by just moving our steering wheel over to the right. So looks like our alignment's pretty spot on. Our steering wheel's maybe gonna point a little bit to the left, which is perfectly, or a little bit to the right, which is perfectly fine with me.